Let's continue our discussion about how well we can teach intensive reading. When we talk about teaching intensive reading to second language learners, especially in the context of Pakistan, one of the aspects of teaching intensive reading is to understand what type of comprehension questions we can include. So that's what we are going to see now, comprehension of the text, how the use of some of the key questions can help develop the understanding of the text, and how we can assess the understanding of the text by the learners. So in general, comprehension questions are typically, they are used to know the understanding of the text by the students. So there's a means to how well the students comprehend the text. So that actually involves students. We can make comprehension of the text in such a way which involves our students to read the text and answer the questions given at the end. Okay. The question arises, what type of questions we can include in the comprehension of the text? Well, there are various types of questions. For example, we've got pronominal questions. They begin with who, what, when, how. For example, you can include the question, what's the definition? When did and how does the writer state the main theme? So such type of questions we can give towards the end of the text or the passage. So these type of questions are used not only to measure students' understanding of the text or reading of the text, but also can be used to assess their writing ability. So there is a way of doing it. What's the way? We could ask one-word questions that require students to answer one word, or we could frame our questions in such a way which requires students to copy answers directly from the given passage. Another type is the use of commands. We can make, for example, describe the definition as given by the writer, or explain the main idea. So these are sort of commands which we can also frame questions. So when we are talking about the types of questions, we've got another which is yes-no questions. Yes-no questions, of course, need short answers, and the answers are directly taken from the given passage. So they obviously are not used to assess the higher level of writing skill of the students, because they are mainly aimed to analyze the reading ability of the students. So we can include another type, which is does the theme appear in the beginning, or do the writer state the meaning of that word? So we can include does and do sort of questions as well. Then there is another type which is true false. True false is sort of much more similar to yes no, and true false should be framed in such a way which requires students to answer directly according to the information given in a passage. And of course, when we are talking about true false could be answered through copying. So just bear in mind while framing such questions for the comprehension of the text, so they encourage students to copy from the text. Well, in the end, I just want to comment that when we are involved in framing questions about understanding the comprehension of the text by the students, we need to we need to make sure that not more than 50% guessing is open for the students. So there are only 50% chance of guessing correctly, and 50% of them require them read the passage closely and carefully.